What's your least favorite
Least favorite.
which restaurant? So you in suburb store.
I wouldn't call it suburb.
It's more.
I
It's
think
not city store.
it's not a city store. It's like more like an inner suburban store. I would say inner
Yeah.
suburban.
So since you already feel
It's
the
in
seat
Preston. So
both side in a city store and a
yeah, I mean, like any you can handle anything. Like
what's the main difference? Very different. You reckon the
um, no, but,
number of customers? No,
like number of
the
customers
pace.
obviously like it depends on how busy it gets, but as part of the stress level because the busier stores gets more people. Like less busier stores get less people and stores in the middle gets enough people, so it just balances out.
Oh,
It
okay.
just depends on how you manage your people. Like obviously if you're a busy store and you don't roster enough, you'd be really stressed.
Yes.
And at the same time, if you roster too much on a dead store, you're just wasting money, right? Like, sure, it's an easier job having it, just depends where you are. Say, for example, if when we worked at Swanson Street, like we were making like 100 something thousand every month, sorry, every week
Every
on
week,
that
yep.
place. And then we have 13 people per shift plus another two managers. So we're well equipped to handle that much sales. But right now where I am, I make what $60,000 a week. Obviously, like I roster less people than that. Like I only have like five, like maybe six, seven people at each shift, and it's the same workload.
Mm.
But obviously, if I say cut back to four people, I'll be running like a headless chook.
Yes. Yes.
It just depends. Like it's all the same. It scales.
And then the crew member there is a lot younger, I assume, because
It's all the same.
same.
Like
I
even
thought like in the city it's more like more older people because a lot of international
no, I
students.
think
Huh?
you can like in the city, it's more accessible to young crew. Like as I said, I started working
Oh,
for
15,
the
yeah.
company when I was 15. It's all about, and then most of the people that I worked with was 16, 17. Like when I was in Centerpoint. And you were what, 16, 17 when I met you, right?
I think 17.
Yeah. So it just depends.
Mm. So let's talk about fast food then. What's your favorite
Hmm?
fast food?
KFC.
Hey,
As you can tell from my round face, KFC.
I heard uh,
Yeah.
I just read the news yesterday. The people asking back for that hot and spicy, hot and crispy, or
Hot and crispy. Like they
the
haven't
KFC.
like so they released it last year. They only release it here in Melbourne for like once a year back then,
Yeah, but no,
right?
no,
But
stop.
after last year, they stopped doing it. So sorry,
I
so
think it's been a
they did
while.
it again on 2019, I'd say. 2019 like ish. And then but they haven't done it. The last time they did it after 2019 was I think 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
So they didn't release it every year after 2015. They changed it to like the sesame seed cola, barbecue cola chicken. Well, which I ate still. Like but last year when they like not last year, 2019 when they released it, I was eating it every day
Wow.
until it finished because I knew it wasn't going to last. Well, I mean, if you go to Queensland,
It's every
it's
day.
every day as long as you ask for it. It's
Because
not on.
in Indo it's everyday menu because even original they don't cook it that much because
I
most
wouldn't be surprised.
yeah most of people order
Like
the
the
hot.
spicy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we eat
exactly.
spicy a lot
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
crunchier like the
Yeah, it's nicer.
nicer.
Like yeah, that's pretty much why. But I don't know why they haven't released it.
And the second items, Angry Jack's onion rings. What happened with the onion rings now?
Oh, they changed it. Like
When?
they changed it to an actual onion inside it,
Which is good.
which is good. Like it's good. Like it's a good change. Like you don't even want to know. Like
when
back,
did they change it?
I don't know, like maybe 2 3 years now.
Really?
Yeah, maybe 2 years, I'd say.
So I miss
Mm.
these onion rings because
You like the breaded small onion rings, like the ones, the breaded ones. Like the funny thing is, a lot of people say that they missed it, like oh they should bring back the onion rings, but when it was there,
no one
no one
want.
was ordering it. Like that's what people for ya, yeah.
Yeah.
So oh I miss your onion rings, like the old onion rings. But I was like, dude, when it was there, no one was ordering it.
Yeah.
So
Same,
where is
same
this all coming from?
same like a love life. When your wife there, you don't
Yeah,
you,
well,
you don't
yeah, I
treat them nice,
suppose,
and
yeah,
then when
yeah.
they when they gone
When
and then
they're gone, oh yeah. Same with everything. I guess that's human nature,
yes,
yeah. Like
yeah,
you miss something that you can't have,
yes.
which is really stupid. But I actually like the new onion rings better. I mean, it's actual onion.
Mm.
Like back then, it was what like you can see a little bit of onion bits. I think it's minced onion mixed with flour and then breaded, and
Yep.
then so every bite you've got like a little bit of onion in there. But this one is an actual onion ring, battered in a tempura batter.
Sounds better, I think.
It is better. It's
Yeah.
better. It tastes
So
better.
the size bigger or smaller?
It's bigger. Like so, it's bigger. It's big.
Because the one I like is that spicy onion. Is it spicy?
Which one?
There is one angry onion.
Oh,
Angry.
angry onion. Oh
That's
yeah,
one of my
like
favorite.
yeah, that's actual onion too. It's
Yeah.
actually really good.
So
Like
similar like that.
yeah, but that one is obviously the batter. The tempura batter is like they put spicy in it.
Yeah.
Like they put
Ah,
like
okay.
chili.
But what is your favorite item from Hungry Jack's?
Aussie burger, I would say.
Aussie.
Yeah, Aussie
Wow.
burger. Yeah, it tastes good.
My favorite is Big Breaky. That's
Big breaky wrap.
Big Breaky wrap. That's
Yep.
the only item drive me to Hungry Jack's
Yeah,
to
the
eat.
only good thing about that is depends on who makes your wrap,
Ah, okay. And
right?
whether
So if you
the
if
hash brown is
yeah,
fresh or
sometimes yeah, it just depends. As I said, the quality ranges because it will depend on who's working,
yes. You
on
talk,
how good they are. Unfortunately, like
and we know someone that
yeah.
not good making burger. Yeah.
Yeah, so once you find a good place that makes a good burger, go there.
Yeah, but also the people who making it is also make a difference even in the same.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the problem with handmade burgers, right?
Yes.
But the company has taken steps to make sure that the quality is there. Doesn't matter where you go.
Because everything's now in a box now, or still some in a paper wrap.
Like it depends. Like you can put it in a box, you can put it in a wrap. I tell people to put it in a box because it doesn't get squished, Like the quality is much more superior if you put it in a box.
Yeah,
So,
and looks fancier as well.
oh yeah, I
It's easier
guess,
to
I
put in a
guess.
bag, paper bag as well, right? Right, to stack
A
it
box, nah, like a box is harder to
to
put
put
in a
in the
paper
paper
bag.
bag.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's harder
Ah,
because the box is much more bigger than a wrap. But yeah, it just depends on where you go. Once you find a good Hungry Jacks,
mm.
yeah, go there.
And
Mm.
what's your least favorite
Least favorite?
which restaurant?
Which restaurant? No, man, they're all the same.
You all the same?
They're all the same. Like, you just gotta. It just depends. Like, if they're busy, don't expect like really good service because everyone's like stressed.
Yes, stress.
And not to mention, like, if they're busy, don't ask for like a very complicated order and then complain that how come it's taking so long to make your order. Like, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Like people order the most complicated burgers and then they order four of complicated burgers and then they complain. It's like, how come it's taking 10-15 minutes?
Yeah, but all your burger is not normal, abnormal,
Yeah,
all
I
special
wouldn't
burger.
say abnormal, but they made it really hard. I mean, yeah, I guess have it your way, but if you have another 15 odd customers to serve plus 6 cars in your drive-through, what do you expect, man?
Yeah, yeah,
My
yeah.
least favorite food, nothing really.
Nothing.
Like they all taste good. It just depends on what you feel like that
Because
day.
when you say about the special burger, like suddenly I remember the New Year's Eve in Swanson Street.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Like think since 7 p.m., 5 p.m., all the way until the
Yeah.
next morning is just packed busy New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah. Like the
Yeah.
thing is like New Year's Eve in Swanson Street is different. Like they're all drunk. Nah, they're all, they're all intoxicated. So like
Someone dancing on the dining.
yeah, someone dancing on the dining room. Like people generally don't care what you serve him. Like so, you're serving 50 people in your line, 10 people in each line, 5 registers open,
Mm,
right? Like what do you expect, man? But then again, they're all drunk. They never
yeah.
complained about anything
Yes.
as long as they get their feed at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't care.
But it's really surprised me with the Australian or even people here, like they're willing to spend $15 back then, $15 for a
Mm.
burger.
It just depends on your taste,
Yeah, yeah.
I would say. If you love burgers, a lot of people would say $15 is worth it,
Yes.
right? Yeah, it just depends on your preference.
Mm.
Like sometimes $15 will get you a parma as well, a
Yeah.
parmigiana. I
Parmigiana with
mean,
chips.
if you feel like an actual pub food compared to versus say going to McDonald's or KFC, just depends on what you
Yeah.
feel like that day.
What it tastes.
Like at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your choice. Like sometimes it depends. It depends. It's individually what's worth it and what's not worth it.
Yes.
That's
Mm.
how I see it.
It's good.
You know,
All
like
right.
with me personally, $15 for a feed is pretty cheap. You know,
Mm.
like you can like that's basically what my uni food was like. Uni
Yeah.
diet was like basically Whoppers.
Stunner.
Ah, stunners. They introduced stunners what back in 2006,
What they
seven.
call it now? Still stunners?
Yeah, super stunners.
Still there?
Yeah, they're still there.
Back then, it's stunners, now super stunners.
Ah, it's always. I think. Oh yeah, back then it was stunners, ain't it?
I
The
think so. Summer
2006.
stunner or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
some stunners or something. It was like a Whopper Junior, small chips. Yeah.
And Storm back then.
Oh yeah, Storm. We still have Storms. We used to mix it, but not anymore.
No?
It's we used to, that Razzle machine.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
used to mix it, but not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore? So you
We
still
just
sell
put
Storm?
the yeah, we still put some like, but back then we used to put the toppings, the ice cream, and then we mix it. But now we don't do that anymore.
But we don't mix it anymore. Ah.
Yeah, but that one was like what, 4.95 for a Whopper Junior small
Start
chips.
from the Whopper, I think. Whopper Junior is after when they wanna make
Hmm?
it cut the cost. But
Yeah,
it
4.95.
start with the Whopper, actual Whopper first.
Yeah, back then
Yeah.
Whoppers was what, 3.95.
Yes.
That was like ages ago.
Yeah.
Like, but now it's much more expensive. Like meat's much more expensive now. Ingredients are much more expensive. Labor is much more expensive
Yeah,
compared to
labor.
back then.
Oh.
So yeah, like I mean, it's good reminiscing, but inflation, man.
Yes. So
Mm.
let's close this. So in general, working in fast food is really
Yeah, look, I
good
mean,
experience. Yeah, I reckon.
it's not for everyone.
Not everyone.
Like, look, people tend to look down on you just because you serve people. You just because you're in hospitality. It's not for everyone. Like, not everybody, not everybody's pride can handle that. You know, it
Because
gets
basically you can
it
get
gets
into the
people.
job without having uni
Yeah,
background,
well,
and then you
yes.
can.
Like
Yeah,
look,
that's why people looks down. But the experience that
like the experience
really.
is much like the experience that you get is much more better than anywhere else. Like
Yes.
so I
Yeah.
always tell people like once you handle that much stress and that much like crap from other people, you could work anywhere
Yes.
because you'll develop thick skin, good time management skills, and you
Thick
just
skin, thick face.
yeah, thick skin, thick face, nothing will bother you anymore.
Yeah.
And then you learn how to be efficient in everything that you do.
Mm.
That's priceless.
Yes.
Like just because other people just look down on it, like it's an honest job, yeah, it's honest,
Yeah.
right? Like so that's probably the most important thing. It's not like you're
Yes.
stealing, or you're a thief, or you're dealing drugs.
Yeah.
It's an honest job, um, which like you end up liking it.
Yeah. And
But
then it's really it's really fun
yeah,
and meet a lot of people
yeah,
and then keep changing
you,
people.
you don't stay with the company just because the company is good to you. You stay for the people.
Mm.
You know, you stay for your workmates.
Yes.
That's if your workmates are crap, your managers are crap. Doesn't matter where you are, you still leave. But in general, like the company is trying its best to make it good for everybody.
Yes.
You know, which is a plus in my eyes. You know, that's why I stayed.
Mm.
But if my boss is crap or the people that I work with is crap, I wouldn't
Yes.
stay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you are,
Good.
you know. But working in this environment, it's not for everyone. I mean, do I recommend it? If you can take it, yeah. But it's not like, you know, it's not like your pay is really bad. It's very good now
Yeah.
compared to like 15
You
years
can feed
ago.
your family. Yeah.
Oh well, like you can feed your family. Yeah, that's
With
right.
with Hungry Jacks.
Well, you
Just kidding.
can. Yeah, you can. Like, I'm just gonna say these, right? Like, so there's a clause in the contract that you can eat one meal
Yeah.
per shift, right? Like that in itself is $15 to $20 savings every week. So
Yes.
you're basically saving like what? Like if you go to work 5 times, and sometimes if you stay at work for 10 hours, that's your lunch and dinner. Sometimes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, and each meal is like, let's call it $10, $15 to $20. That's like $60 a
Yes.
day. If you work for 5 days, like
Because
how much is that? Like what?
the most saving that I
Three
get,
hundred bucks.
the most saving that I get because work overnight in Hungry Jacks.
Mm.
So eat dinner and breakfast day
Yeah.
and then sleep for a whole day the next day.
Can you just imagine? Like you can eat like $200.
Yeah.
Like that's a $200 savings.
Mm.
Not to mention your early morning coffee. How much is that? $5.
Yeah.
$5 every day. That's like $25 a week.
Mm.
And it's not like they're paying you peanuts at working for them. You know, like just the savings. The
Yes.
savings alone in food, like the most I reckon the most spend that you know, like your everyday spend would be most likely be food.
Yes. Yeah. Food and
Just
drinks. Yeah.
imagine, like, yeah, sometimes if you know, if your wife, if Madonna wants some Hungry Jacks after you finish, let's say you still work there. It's like, hey, can you please bring me a Whopper? Yeah, sure, no worries, for free. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, you work hard enough, you make the company a lot of money,
Yeah.
and
I miss that moment though. And then I think it's healthier as well because walk a lot. I don't know now, but back then
yes,
no che. So we have to if we
yeah,
work for
I still stand, I still
yeah.
walk. I prefer standing actually
Yes. It's
than
a
sitting
lot
down.
healthier and then can reach I don't know if no pedometer back then,
I
but
do 20 to 30,000 steps a shift.
very healthy.
Yep. Like
We
the
just
only reason why I'm like this is I eat a lot of Whoppers too. Like you walk a lot, you eat a lot. That's how I see it. Oh, not Whoppers, sorry, nuggets.
Okay.
Nuggets is my downfall, I guess. Mm.
Ah, yeah, nugget is good. Hash brown, that's my favorite. Brekkie wrap, that's the only
Yeah, I
thing.
mean everything in moderation, I guess. It's like I hardly eat nowadays, so
Ah.
yeah. Like I mean, but the cost savings is there. Like,
Thank you,
yeah. Oh well, thank
thank
you
you,
for
Jay.
having me. Say say hello to your viewers.
Thanks.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Monetize this.
Monetize this.
Monetize
Subscribe.
this. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Yeah.
Share.
Share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Monetize this.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks.
All right. Well,
Bye.
anyways, thanks.
Bye.